Wyecliff Weekly, edition 26, is centered on a clear shift in artificial intelligence this week. The biggest developments did not come from product demos alone, but from institutions that can force disclosure, assign liability, and set rules.
And that frame matters because the core stories line up exactly around that point. Anthropic moving toward public markets, CNN taking Perplexity to federal court, and President Trump signing a revised artificial intelligence order.
Anthropic is the sharpest example. The company behind Claude filed confidentially with the Securities and Exchange Commission to go public. That came just days after a funding round valuing it at $965 billion, above OpenAI's $852 billion. The timing also reflects scale, $4.8 billion in first quarter revenue, and a pace that could push second quarter revenue above $10.9 billion, potentially its first profitable quarter. If the listing happens, likely with Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs leading, public investors get something they have not had before: an audited look at what it actually costs to run a frontier artificial intelligence company.
Exactly. This is not just another valuation headline. It could become a pricing reference point for anyone buying enterprise artificial intelligence services. The legal side is just as consequential. CNN sued Perplexity in federal court in New York, alleging the company copied more than 17,000 stories, videos, and images to generate competing answers. It is the first artificial intelligence copyright case brought by a television network, and CNN is now the 9th major content owner actively suing Perplexity. Perplexity's response was direct: you cannot copyright facts. But the larger issue is economic. These cases may determine what news content costs when artificial intelligence systems read it, summarize it, and compete with the original publisher.
And that affects what users see the next time they ask an artificial intelligence system for news. The courts are effectively being asked to set the price of the raw material. On the policy front, President Trump signed a softer version of the artificial intelligence order that had been pulled 2 weeks earlier. The final version asks companies to voluntarily give the federal government up to a 30-day early look at their most powerful models before release, rather than 90 days. And it explicitly rules out mandatory licensing or permitting.
It also directs the Justice Department to prioritize artificial intelligence-assisted hacking and creates a Treasury-led program to help operators such as rural hospitals, community banks, and local utilities find and patch security flaws. So there is a formal review process now, but the retreat from 90 days to 30 also shows where leverage currently sits. Around those headline stories, there were several market signals. Microsoft released 7 in-house models and an always-on assistant called Scout. Meta launched Business Agent across WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger. And Sensor Tower reported that the ChatGPT app passed 1 billion monthly active users in May, faster than any app in history.
The practical takeaway is straightforward. For work, Microsoft's move matters because more of the artificial intelligence inside Office may increasingly be Microsoft's own. Meta's free sales agent raises the response time standard for small businesses. And for daily life, 1 billion monthly ChatGPT users means artificial intelligence is already shaping the people and services around most listeners. The useful skill to build this week is turning documents into audio. The simplest rule is to upload the file in a normal chat first, then switch to voice. Claude can read out a summary, ChatGPT can produce a spoken style version and read it aloud, and Microsoft Copilot can generate either a one-host recap or a two-host discussion with a savable MP3 file if you use Copilot.
And the recommended prompt is concise. Ask for the big picture in 1 sentence, then 3 to 5 important points, what it means for you, and 1 next step, all under 5 minutes.
The through line this week is that artificial intelligence is being defined less by marketing claims and more by filings, lawsuits, and executive action. That changes how businesses buy, how platforms distribute information, and how the public gains exposure to the industry.
And the immediate response is practical. Watch the institutions as closely as the products, because they now shape the market and build the habit of turning dense material into audio so you can absorb more of it in the flow of work.